Namaste, everyone, and welcome to the second Anchor the Light meditation for Wednesday. So I hope that this morning you were able to practice what we did earlier. And a big part of it was to reconnect to your higher soul, your spiritual self, and to be empowered. And a lot of you remember the mantra was Om Namah Shivaya Om, which could mean I salute the spiritual self in me. It could mean I salute Shiva. It could also mean I salute the universal power aspect of God. So good for empowerment. So tonight, just to kind of balance it out, spirituality, we'll also talk about money and prosperity. And as you know, Fridays we're doing two of them. One is emotional healing, one is prosperity healing, and we'll try to rotate them. So let's talk a little bit about prosperity again. I know a lot of you are joining me new from Tony Robbins' Unleash the Power Within. So let's just put some context into it, shall we? A lot of people don't realize that the spiritual world and the material world are two sides of the same coin. And me included, in the earlier days, I remember I used to think that money and spirituality don't match. Like you have to choose one or the other. And I remember coming to the United States, I would write letters with my teacher, Grandmaster Chakra, and he would answer my question. At that time, this is like what year are we in? 1988. So there's no internet at that time, and you write letter. It's like slow mail, get there, slow mail, get back, right? So I remember I'd ask him spiritual questions, and he'll answer it. And then at the end, before he signs off, love and blessings, Master Tohokusui, he will always ask, "How are your finances?" And after about a year or so, I visited the Philippines again, and I went to visit my parents, visit my teacher. So when I was with him, I'll talk to him, about spiritual things, teaching pranic healing, arhatic yoga, meditation, so on, so on, so on. And then I finally asked him, I said, "Master, I just have a question. Why is it that every time," I did it very respectfully, I was just puzzling. "Why is it that every time, right before you end your letter, you would ask how my finances are? I mean, I'm there to do your spiritual work." He looks at me, he goes, I'm going, "Okay, what did I do?" He said, "Difficult to serve on empty stomach." I go, Psh. That's why I remember that. A lot of us have good intentions. You want to help people, you want to give money to charity, you want to go out and serve, and whatever other good stuff you want to do. Guess what? Just like if you want to open up a spiritual center, a healing center, whatever center, it's not free. So people on the spiritual path oftentimes have this misconception that money will take you away from spirituality. But in reality, it is your attitude towards money, if it's incorrect, that takes you away from spirituality, not money by itself. And I remember one of the quotes I always use is like, well, the Bible said, you cannot serve mammon. You cannot serve God and mammon, right? You cannot serve God and money. You cannot serve two masters. And many years later, I had an enlightening experience. The Bible is right. You cannot serve God and money. So all you got to do is serve God and make money your slave. Problem fixed. And that's exactly what my teacher was trying to teach me. He said, look, you can have all the good intentions in the world. But if you don't have the resources, the people, and the opportunities, it's not happening. And so that's why he was telling me, it's good to be spiritual, but it's just as important for you to be financially stable. I'm sharing that with you because I know a lot of you who are new are saying, yeah, I'm here for spiritual teachings. That's good and great. But if you don't have money to pay for your electricity, if you don't have money to pay for a house to live in, well, unless somebody is supporting you, it's going to be difficult to practice your spirituality, right? And another thing to remember is when you're meditating, it's very difficult to have inner peace when you're worrying. True? Instead of going, Om, it becomes, oh my God, how am I going to pay my bills? Om. Right? So balance is extremely important. I've actually talked to students many years ago. They say, yeah, but I know a lot of people who have money and they use it incorrectly and hurt people. Now you're going to hear my spiel on this one. Basically, my answer to them is, so? What's that got to do with you? Nothing. These people misusing their money got nothing to do with you. You're just using it as an excuse not to be prosperous. You're giving it as an excuse because nothing happening in your life. So instead of striving, doing something about it, you're using them as an excuse. I know this sounds harsh, but it's true. And so I want to quote my teacher again, Grandmaster Tokoksu. Said something very interesting. He said, money in the hands of good people change the world. Write it down. Money in the hands of good people change the world. Unfortunately, people on the spiritual path, especially the ones who are broke, like to complain about people being rich and being evil at the same time with absolutely no basis because they're broke. That's dumb. So if you have a good heart, you have good intentions, why don't you make yourself more prosperous and change things you don't like instead of sitting there and complaining that you're having a difficult time? Doesn't that make more sense? So a lot of it has to do with attitude. Because you have to realize our thoughts basically are energy. You heard that. That sounds like a cliche. But every time you think of something, you feel something, you create what is called a thought form. Let's do this again. I know some of you don't know about this because you're new. Rub your hands together. Press the center of your palm. Okay? Shake your hands. Okay, go like this. Okay, go like that. Feels about the same, right? Okay. Feels about the same. Now watch. One hand, doesn't matter which one. I want you to visualize a red apple. Go ahead. In my case, I'll pick this hand. I'm going to imagine a red apple. Just one hand. Okay. You guys cannot practice and type at the same time, so decide. Okay, ready? Okay, go like this. Compare. This hand I visualized the apple seems to have a little more sensation. In fact, what I'm going to do, here's where I visualize the apple. I'm going to take my other hand, and we call this scanning in pranic healing. If you haven't taken a class yet, many areas are teaching it, some not yet, so just wait. If you take your hand above like this and go like that, before you touch your palm, you feel something. If you compare it to your forearm, there's more something here. Okay? So go like this. So you visualize an apple, right? This, you didn't, so we don't feel much. Now watch. This hand, you visualize an apple. Verbally say apple to your hand 5 times. Go. Apple, 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 apple. Not sacred mantra, just apple. Okay, compare. I don't know about you, but it feels like there's more substance to it. Now put your hand like this. Check it again and press. Now, if you're sensitive, you almost feel like there's a stronger pressure. Right? Compared to the forearm, nothing. All right, now watch. Here's the most important part. Ready? Follow me. Disintegrate. Say it. Disintegrate. Compare. Compare. So what did you do? Essentially what you did, like we do this thousands of times a day, when you think or feel something, you create what is called a thought form. A thought or an emotion creates a form. In other words, your aura basically forms, gives a part of itself into a shape like a hologram of what you're thinking or feeling. So that's what populates your aura. Now, people keep talking about law of attraction this, law of attraction that. Okay. Unfortunately, people, they like to quote it, but they don't practice it. You know why? Because they don't know the mechanism, or they're in denial, one or the other two. They keep saying, oh yeah, the law of attraction attract this to me and blah, blah, blah. They keep making these affirmations, so I'm rich, I'm this, whatever. That's great and wonderful. But the question is, when you're not making those affirmations, what kind of thoughts run through your mind? Because both create thought forms. So if you're doing this visualization and doing this affirmation for, let's say, I don't know, if you add it all together in one day, a total of, let's say, 15 minutes. That's a lot already. You realize when you say, oh, I am rich, I am this, that's seconds. So let's say you do 15 minutes of affirmations. Okay? And the rest of the waking moment, you're complaining. You learn something we always say here in Pranic Healing in Arhatic Yoga. Big fish eat small fish. In other words, all those negative thoughts throughout the day will gobble up that small amount of energy of positive thinking that you did, or positive thought forms. That's part one. Part two, whatever is populating your aura has a bigger surface area or attractive force to attract similar vibrations to you. Yep. That's why, I watch people, they make affirmations and everything. I go, great, go for it, man. That's good. And then when they're not focusing on those affirmations, you look at their life, they're complaining, they're criticizing people, they're resentful. I'm going, big fish just swallowed the tiny little fish. The whale just ate your guppies. Get the point? So I'm sharing this with you because without awareness, we keep doing the same thing over and over again. You keep saying, oh, the economy is bad and this and that, That's what you go through your mind. And if you don't stop yourself, that's the majority of what's in the aura. Those little visualizations, writing your affirmation, all that, don't stand a chance. Now, all of that starts with one thing. Understanding. Why understanding? If you don't have the understanding, you don't have the understanding that, my thoughts actually create thought forms. My emotions create thought forms and emotional forms. So I have to watch my mind to always be careful. Before my mind goes down that road of complaining about this and that, I should stop myself. So I stop manufacturing all these thoughts and emotions that will attract and manifest things that I don't want. So if you understand it, you go, oh, okay, that's very, very important. So when there's that understanding, you have certainty. And when you have certainty, you'll be more careful in what you say and what you think and what you do. So when you're talking to someone and they're sitting there complaining, oh yeah, my boss is this, blah, blah, blah. Instead of, yeah, man, I know what you mean. And instead of, okay, stop. Let me stop this. Okay, this is not, if that person wants to continue down that road, I will have no part of it. These are not my thoughts. These are his complaints, not mine. I choose to be happy. I choose to populate my aura with positive energy, and so on, so on, so on. So in other words, that awareness gives you a chance to stop yourself from creating negative thoughts and emotions and to constantly push yourself to be positive, to think of prosperous thoughts, good ideas, and so on, so on, so on. Make sense? So in addition to creating these positive thoughts and emotions within you, it also makes your entire aura a prosperity magnet. Does that make sense? Now, there's one more part that is very, very important in something like this. Before anything happens materially, it first starts energetically. Now, although most people call it manifestation, my teacher actually prefers the word materialization. Let me explain that to you very quickly. Materialization works something like this. It starts with your thoughts. Thoughts vibrate up here. That's why you do not see someone's thoughts, right? Well, most of the time you don't. Then, as a person thinks about it more and more and more, what happens? Let's say you want a new car. You want a new house. You think about it. Yeah, I want this. You say thinking about it. And before you know it, you start noticing that not only do I think about it, I feel it. You're like, oh yeah, man, it'd be so nice to be in that new car or that new house. In other words, instead of just the thinking intellectual process, it becomes emotional. Oh yeah, I feel it. Oh, it'd be so nice when I'm in that new car. It feels so nice to be comfortable and people look at me, blah, whatever. Okay? So it went from mental world, drops down in frequency to the emotional world. And the more you feel it, the more you start noticing, let's say it's a car, just to make it simple. You start noticing that, there's a dealership over there. maybe one of these days I'll stop by. In the meantime, what happens? You search on the internet. Oh, this car is this specs and this how much. These are the payments, whatever. Do you know what you just did? You just moved something from intangible, like a thought, down to emotions, down to physical movement. So the next step, before you know it, you're stepping into a car dealership. Get the idea? And then find yourself driving it home. That's why it's called materialization. It drops down in frequency from subtle to gross or material. It starts up here. That's why the Lord Buddha said what? Everything starts with your mind. If you cannot control your mind, well, guess what will materialize? Make sense? So by the time you add these two factors together, factor number one, what is filling up your aura and your chakras? They said good thoughts, negative thoughts. That will determine what you attract. Plus, those thoughts and emotions actually, when given enough energy, have a tendency to move down in frequency. So if you keep thinking of negative thoughts, regardless it's justified or not, you start noticing things that normally don't go wrong have a tendency to go wrong. Because that is what's happening. It's materializing. And I'll add one more thing just to make it more interesting for some of you. Before you start doing meditation, if your chakras are a certain size, your aura is a certain size, when you say something to someone, you say, whatever, to your spouse, your boyfriend, girlfriend, or people around you, you say something, and they say, okay. Then you notice a few months later, or a few years later, you say the same thing, but it seemed to hit them harder. One of my favorite phrases, you probably know, is like, who cares? Or whatever. I used to say that a long time ago. And nothing happens. Like, I tell it to my wife or whoever. Oh, yeah. Then I notice over a period of time, when I say it, it causes a reaction. Even though the context is identical. And at one point, I asked her, I said, why are you angry? Why are you upset? Well, she said, who cares? I go, I used to say that a lot for the longest time. Well, it's different. I go, what's different? Same context. It's not what you said. You guys want to finish the sentence? It's how you said it. I go, I said it the same way. Well, it hits me differently. Exactly the point. I remember talking to my teacher about it. He said, look, when you're doing your meditation and spiritual practice, your chakras get bigger. As your chakras get bigger, more energy comes in and out, your aura gets bigger. So when you say something to someone, it's just like if you have a small loudspeaker like this, you say something, goes, whatever. When your chakras is big, it's like, whatever. Even though your volume is the same, it hits them harder. Does that help explain some of the stuff that's happening in your life? That's why the more you do your spiritual practice, the more you have to have awareness. What goes in your mind, what goes through your feelings, and what comes out of your mouth. That's why I see people, they meditate, they have big aura, they have big chakras, they complain a lot, and they're always in misery. I go, hi people, you create your own misery and you blame other people. Am I getting through? So that said, to kind of wipe the slate clean, just in case you've been in the gossip mode or complaining mode, number one is be aware, be careful what you manufacture, which will affect what you attract. The third thing is, just in case we've been not too positive in the past, is to hose everything down. Meditation. That's usually the easiest way to do it. Because when you do meditation, especially when you chant Om, and be aware of it, the energy comes down like a waterfall and flush all the negative energy out. And since we don't like to do things just a little bit, my motto in life is like, if you can't overdo it, don't do it. I don't believe in, if I want to wash something, just wash it a little. I like to aim a big fire hose at it because I want to make sure all the crap is out. Anyway, my point. So not only do we chant Om and all that, we want to do meditations like meditation, twin hearts, a great invocation, so that so much spiritual energy is coming through us that it flushes everything out. You do that by how? By aiming at something big. What does that mean? If I have a mobile phone and I plug it in, the cable that's used to charge it is only this small. Because the amount of current needed to charge this thing, this is plenty to carry that current. But if I want to turn on or power, I don't know, a huge big screen TV, and use this same wire from the wall, this sucker will burn, right? Because too much current going through a small pipeline. Well, guess what? When you bless one person, you project love to one person, that means 1 unit of energy, I'm just using it as an example, 1 unit of energy has to pass through your system to bless this person that you want to bless. When you do meditation, twin hearts, or the great invocation, or some world prayer to bless the world, you're talking about, hey, I want to light up trillions of TVs. That's what you're doing. So that means the amount of current that flows through you is many, many geometric times, exponential times more than just blessing one person. Make sense? Here's the good news. Your spiritual connection, that pipeline, that spiritual cord, unlike a physical cord, will not burn. What will happen is the bigger the drain, or in electronics called the load, the bigger the need, the bigger the current that needs to be, how do you call it, that has to pass through your system, the wider this pipeline becomes. So your aura will actually expand. Your chakras are forced to expand in order to let that current flow through, because you say, Lord, make me an instrument of your peace. Wherever there's hatred anywhere in the world, to anyone who's suffering, let me sow love. Do you realize how many people are suffering? And you say, I'll be the pipeline to give them energy. Listen carefully. I know some of you misunderstood me already. I don't want to be drained. That's your problem. Because you're assuming energy comes from you. Listen to my words. Energy coming through you. So in other words, I'm not that arrogant to think I'm more powerful, that I can do this. No. But I'm smart enough to be the conduit. Because since so many people needs blessing, and there's unlimited source up there, I just align myself under that waterfall. Okay. So what happens is that energy flows through me. Guess what? My crap gets to be flushed out, and I get to bless so many people, and I generate good karma. What else do you want? Now, and since that's not good enough for me, I'll make sure that during the full moon, when there's even more energy flowing through, especially this month, next month, Wesak Festival is the peak, the most powerful full moon of the year, and the one after, well, guess what? Even more energy flows through. So instead of under being a waterfall, you're under 10 Niagara Falls. Man, could you imagine how much crap gets out of you? And how much blessing you can give people? Bless your projects and so on and so on. And what do you think happened to those negative thoughts and negative emotions that are sitting in your aura and your chakras? They're incinerated. That's why after meditation, he goes like, yeah, man, look like you smoked something. Are you understanding the technology? I'm making it in everyday terms instead of using spiritual terms, because if you make everything so spiritual, people don't know what the heck you're talking about. You know, I remember watching, I forgot what movie it was, but essentially, you know, what people don't understand, they call it, ooh, that's hocus pocus, that's magic. But once you understand it, it's spiritual science. That's all. Are we getting through? So to kind of put it all together, what we'll do is we'll do the great invocation. This morning we did meditation, twin hearts. We'll kind of do both. On the Wesak Festival and also on the full moon meditations, we'll do both to really pack the energy in. And then afterwards, we'll guide you, or just listen if you don't know it. It's the Lakshmi mantra. This morning we did the Om Namah Shivaya Om. The second one we're going to do for prosperity is Lakshmi mantra. Anyway, you can search the internet. It's also in the book, Inner Teachings of Hinduism Revealed. Okay, this book by my teacher. It's the Inner Teachings. It also has, it's also the class I'm teaching this weekend if you're interested. But regardless, it has the Inner Teachings. Every religion has inner and outer teachings. All right, you guys ready? So now that you understand the process, when we're doing the meditation, really allow yourself to be the pipeline. Let that energy flow through. Don't sit there and go, may everybody be blessed with peace and love, except that dude. I don't like him. May everyone be blessed. Even the people who don't like you, especially them, give them quadruple dose, because the fact that you're angry with them, that means there's a blockage within you. Make sense? And if they're a bad person and they've hurt you, the more they need blessings, aim a bigger hose at them. Not to hurt them, but you're just going to clean them out. Okay? So shall we do our meditation? Okay, let's affirm oneness first. Tap your crown. Repeat after me. I am that. I am. I am not the body, not the emotions, not the thoughts. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. I am that, the soul. I am connected in one to my higher soul. I am connected in one to the divine spirit in me. I am a child of God. I am one with God. I am one with all. There is only oneness. There's only oneness. We are one. We are one. Just be still. Imagine all of us are inside the big bright sun looking out into the solar system. And we're just going to focus on beautiful Mother Earth. Maintain your state of awareness and stillness. Open your hands in blessing. Remember, we're just the conduits. Just say, we are one. Now visualize the earth in front of us. Say, we are one. Now flood the earth with light. Just imagine a bright beam of light pouring out of the sun and filling the entire earth. We're part of that pipeline. Let us chant Om 3 times to raise our frequency and also open up that channel even more. Take a deep breath. Om. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of every person, every being. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person, every being. Let love descend throughout the entire earth. From the center where the will of God is known, let divine purpose guide the wills of every person, every being, the purpose which the Holy Masters and the spiritual hierarchy know and serve. Let goodwill and the willingness to do good descend throughout the entire earth. Now, so be it. So just be still. Bless every person, every being throughout the entire earth with divine light, meaning divine intelligence, divine love and mercy, divine compassion, and goodwill and the willingness to do good. So be it. Can you feel the energy flowing through us? Just let it pass through you. From the center, which you call the human race and all the other races, Let the plan of love and light work out and may it permanently seal the door where any evil dwells. Let light, love, and power descend throughout the entire earth. Let light, love, and power restore the divine plan on earth now. So be it. Now just keep your tongue on your palate, be still, and just let it flow. Just do it again. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of every person, every being. Let light descend throughout the entire earth. Bless every person, every being with divine light, divine intelligence, with discernment, with clarity. So be it. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person, every being. Let love descend throughout the entire earth. Allow yourself to be the pipeline to bless every person, every being on earth with love, with kindness, with mercy and compassion for all. So be it. From the center where the will of God is known, let divine purpose guide the wills of every person, every being, the purpose which the Holy Masters and the spiritual hierarchy know and serve. Let goodwill and the willingness to do good descend throughout the entire earth. Let all be blessed with goodwill, not just talking about it, intending it, but actually doing massive service to others. So be it. The willingness to do good. From the center which is called the human race and all the other races, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it permanently seal the door where any evil dwells. Let light, love, and power descend throughout the entire earth. Let light, love, and power restore the divine plan on earth now. So be it. Now just be still. The stillness allows the channels to open, allow the divine blessings to flow through all of us. You can bless your family, your loved ones, friends, your city, your state, your country. Just channel that energy. Bless everyone with divine intelligence, divine love, and goodwill, the will to do good. Just be still. Just let it flow through. Some of you might feel a tingling, a pressure. Just let it flow through. Now just be still. Now we'll crank up the energy a little bit. Keep your hands where they are. Maintain your stillness and awareness. Imagine a point of light on top of your head. Just a floating star above your head. Put your attention there. That's all. The rest will be done for you. From the point of light within the mind of God, let light stream forth into the minds of every person, every being. Let light descend on earth. From the point of love within the heart of God, let love stream forth into the hearts of every person, every being. Let love descend throughout the entire earth. May God's messenger of love descend on earth. So be it. From the center where the will of God is known, let divine purpose guide the wills of every person, every being, the purpose which the Holy Masters and all the spiritual hierarchy know and serve. Let goodwill and the willingness to do good descend throughout the entire earth now. So be it. From the center which we call the human race and all the other races, let the plan of love and light work out, and may it permanently seal the door where any evil dwells. Let light, let love, let power descend throughout the entire earth. Let light, Let love, let power restore the divine plan on earth now. So be it. So be it. Be still. Let's chant Om 3 times. Om. 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 Be still and just let the energy flow through you. Let it flow through your entire body, not just your hands. Blessings be to all. May all be blessed, every person, every being in the higher worlds, middle worlds, lower worlds. Let all beings in every dimension, every direction above and below, may all be blessed without exception. With peace, with love, with kindness. So it is. We are one. Maintain your stillness and awareness. Just put your hands down, palms up. Keep your tongue on your palate. Just be still. Be aware of your crown. Will intensify the spiritual experience. I just call it secret sauce. Just leave your attention in your crown. A few inches above your crown. Stay there. Om. Ahum. Om. Ahum. Just be still. Om. Ahum. Be still, be aware, and just simply let go. Now. Okay. Gently move your fingers, move your toes, slowly come back. Now raise your hands in blessing again. So please imagine all the people you love in front of you. Your family, your friends, relatives, co-workers, anyone. Fill them all with golden light. May all of them be blessed with good health, with happiness, with prosperity, and spiritual oneness. So be it. Bless the people you know with peace, love, and kindness, with prosperity, with good health. So be it. So be it. Now, aim your hands down. Be aware of your feet. Be aware of the base of your spine and your hands. Flood the earth below us with golden light. Let our beloved Mother Earth be blessed with divine light, divine love, and divine power. Let our beloved Mother Earth be healed, regenerated, and revitalized. Blessings be to Mother Earth. So be it. So be it, and so it is. Now, let's give thanks to the Supreme God, Divine Father, Mother. Thank you to all the spiritual elders, holy masters, saints, archangels, holy angels, spiritual helpers. Personally to my teacher, Master Chokok Sui Mahaguji Mailing. Thank you. In full faith, so it is. Okay, we're not done yet. So, the prosperity center is at the base of your spine. Just like your heart center is the love, center for love. So put your hand like this, just for the ones who are new. Okay, if you go like this, say my heart center. Not mine, yours. So if you start from afar, after meditation, of course, it's like, it's big. So just feel it, say my heart center. Okay, let's just add a little more to it. Visualize someone you love in your heart. Pick anyone you like. Smile. Okay, you notice something happening in your hand, it's pushing your hand out. So every time you experience love, it stimulates your heart. When you're very loving, guess what? The heart expands. When the heart expands, it's easier to love. Make sense? So the basic chakra is in charge of finances, your money, your ability to be productive. So imagine you're looking at your own back, your basic chakra's in the back. I know some of you, the 7 chakras, it's in the front. The one in the front is called the sex chakra. There's a big difference. Okay, different purpose. All right. Imagine you're looking at your own back. That's your butt down there. Okay, put your hand like this. Say my basic chakra. Just be more precise. Say my prosperity center. All right, you ready? Just feel it, whatever it is. Just, from afar, you come in. Once you feel something, just stop. Okay, keep your hand there. Now, I want you to think or imagine that your finances are massively improving. That you're sitting on a mountain of money. And you're using that money to help so many people. Improve your life, the lives of your loved ones, and you're giving it to people to help them. People affected by the pandemic, people affected by economic reasons or whatever. Go for it. Okay. You feel anything happening to your basic chakra? It's increasing, right? Okay, keep your hand there. Let's crank it a little more. All you have to do is listen. We use the Lakshmi Gayatri mantra. So all you have to do is listen, and we'll just fill you up with the energy. Just keep feeling your basic chakra. Feel it? Ready? I'm not the one doing it. I'm the lucky guy aiming the hose. That's all. Om Maha Lakshmi Vidmahe Vishnu Priyaye Dimahi Tanno Lakshmi Prachodayat. Om Maha Lakshmi Vidmahe Vishnu Priyaye Dimahi Tanno Lakshmi Prachodayat. Om Maha Lakshmi Vidmahe Vishnu Priyaye Dimahi Tanno Lakshmi Prachodayat. Om Maha Lakshmi Vidmahe Vishnu Priyaye Dimahi Tanno Lakshmi Prachodayat. Om. May all of you be blessed by God with abundance and prosperity and the wisdom to use your resources properly. Tatastu. Okay. What's happening? Not to your butt, but your basic chakra. Bring your hands out. Say my prosperity center. Bring it out. I know the screen cannot hold it. Bring it out. Now slowly come in. Do you notice anything different? Okay, that's that. Anyway, this video is going to be here. You can practice it as many times as you like. Now, you notice the sequence. The syntax is extremely important. We didn't do this first. We did this last. You know why? You want to create space for prosperity. You want to create space to receive. That's why the first part of what we did is to bless, to release energy, to let the energy flow through, to clean us out, bless other people, bless the world with all the good stuff, generate good karma. So by the time it's time for you to receive, you have lots of space. That's why your basic chakra, your prosperity center increased. That's that. It's a science. Okay? We want all of you to be prosperous because, well, as they say, you're the right demographics. You have a good heart. You want to meditate. You want to do spiritual practice. You want to make the world better. And a lot of you just need the resources to do it. So you're the right people to have it. So I hope that you do this practice over and over again and you become more prosperous. That's it. I think I've done my job. So just a few announcements. On Friday, what day are we in? Friday, we have the prosperity healing for the morning session and emotional healing at night. And then the ones who have taken pranic healing or hatha yoga, we're also having the Mahasamadhi meditation. Mahasamadhi in Sanskrit means the great oneness. Essentially, it's used as a term when a great soul leaves the physical body. So my teacher, Master Chua Sui, Grandmaster Chua Sui, left his body on March 19. So on Friday night, we're having a special 1 hour meditation, lecture and meditation on showing gratitude to the teacher, the importance of a teacher in the student's life. Anyway, if you go to pranicking.com or masterco.org, you should be able to find the link over there. What else? And Saturday is Inner Hinduism Revealed class. And everything is in masterco.org. Okay? I think that's pretty much it. Namaste, everyone. Thank you very much for joining me. I appreciate you staying. I know we went a little overtime. We kind of started a little late, too. So may all of you be prosperous. May all of you be happy. And remember to always give and share. That's the secret of true happiness, the ability to give and share. And I leave you with this thought. I remember my teacher said, the soul grows by giving, not accumulating. Namaste. Thank you for allowing me to serve you. See you in a few days. God bless.